What's up guys, Matt here coming at you with another quick video. Today we're taking a look at these Injora pin tires. Really excited about these new tires. Honestly, I was a little bit afraid that they would be something like this. From the picture they looked very similar, and I thought, if they're anything like these, they will be complete garbage. Because these are just like a plastic, horrible compound. But a lot of people ask about this little rig, and I never really use it. It's pretty capable, but the motors are so weak, it just don't have much power. The parts are so weak that it would break if I ran it very long. To be honest, if I ran this hard, like I do most things, it would break, and I don't even know where you get parts for it. So it just kind of sits on the shelf. But these tires, man, like super tacky. Injora's tackiest compound yet, in my opinion. Look at that, like it's not even gonna come back. And you know, a lot of people ask like, well, what does that matter? Because they get dusty like this and they're not tacky anymore. But it's usually kind of like a sign of a good compound. You know, right away, if they've got that feel, they're a good compound. You know, just like these Injoras, you can ball these up. They're not going to do that at all. And their tires just keep getting better. These Trail Warriors, they are tacky, same way. These Swamp Kings, if you just watched my video on those, same thing. And they've all been really good tires. So it's really kind of just a good way to know if it's a good tire out of the gate. And then they get dusty like that, you can wash them. You can spray them with WD-40, PB Blaster, Paragon. I coat sometimes. I mostly use that for like race tires and stuff. You know, there's lots of traction compounds and this and that. They even have crawler ones. Most of the time, I may wash mine and then put a little WD-40 on them. And that's really about all I do. And, you know, a lot of people will say it breaks the compound down or breaks the tire down, but I mean, like, I've never had it break one down to where I couldn't use it. So I really don't worry about it. I normally switch tires so much, I never run a tire out anyway. So, but these are very sticky out of the package. They're big. They're very big. Here's the Trail Warrior. And you can see they kind of swallow those. The Swamp Kings, they're around the same size, maybe just a hair taller, I don't know. Probably around the same size once they're mounted here. But I feel like these are going to be like the new Scrambler replacement, honestly. They are kind of similar with their size, a little bit bigger maybe. But I'm more narrow like the Scrambler. And honestly, I think the pins are probably going to do better. I don't know. Scramblers are really good, soft tire. And I think these are going to be good. So we're going to finish getting these mounted up, and then we're going to run them, of course. We will slap them on here, run this a little bit, and do a little comparison with them. I would like to do a big tire kind of showdown. You guys, if you're interested in that, let me know. Maybe with the Swamp Kings, Trail Warriors, these, and maybe throw the Scramblers in there. Those are really my go-to as far as a bigger tire. Maybe we could just kind of see how they all do on the course, maybe some real rock, etc. So just check these out. First run right now, kind of like we did with the Swamp Kings, and then maybe we'll get to that if you guys want to see it. So I'll get these mounted up and we'll check them out. Quick little heads up for anybody that like these wheels. If you're running the FCX24 axles, you can see here I was running these wideners that I drilled out to fit. You can't, I mean, you could, but I couldn't run these like this because you can see how far your wheel nut is going to go down in there. And the issue is I don't have a tool that fits down in there. There went a wheel nut. So what I do you guys probably know by now, is I put like a bearing down in there to bring the wheel nut up. But if you do that with those wideners and these wheels, you won't have enough threads to get your wheel nut on there. So I'm just gonna run a regular hex on these. These wheels with the wider offset hex step out far enough anyways. So then that gives me room to put this on. But then I also flipped my wheel nut. You can see right there is how it works. So you could probably even still put it on normal and get it tight enough, but that worked well. So that's just a little heads up in there if you decide to run these wheels and FCX24 axles. All right, so we got these beasts mounted up. I really like how they look on something like this. Not so sure I will like them on, say, the white FCX24 that I have, the pickup style, you know, but for a comp crawler type truck or a tube chassis, they're gonna be wicked looking. You guys know, if you watch the channel much, this hill here, I haven't had any tire like slow crawl it yet. So I wanna start here. I highly doubt they will do it because it's just, there's not enough grip on this plaster cloth to really slow crawl this thing. But I wanted to try it. So you can see, not gonna slow crawl it. If we launch it, of course we can make it. So, see what happens with the rest of the course here. These tires are massive. With the portals added on here, this truck is sitting probably higher than I normally would run it, but the trade-off for the wheel speed with these axles is just worth it to me. So sitting a little higher than I'd like, but overall I really like how this truck is performing. So all right, so we're going to turn and try to go up this now. These tires, honestly, they're super soft, but when I'm driving here, they feel like they're not so much. So maybe venting them is gonna help them a lot. We will have to see. They don't feel as soft when driving them as they do just touching them, so it's kind of odd. That's not where we want to go. So these tires are definitely struggling more here than like the Swamp Kings or the Trail Warriors. I really felt like these were going to do better. Like they are not handling this well at all. No traction on the plaster cloth. Like that should not be that hard. It's tough, but it shouldn't be that hard. Not good on the plaster cloth. Let's try it on some of the other stuff. This over here is a little more textured. This is like a quick set grout. See how we do here. See the extra height on this truck now makes it really tipsy. It's a shorter wheelbase truck, so it's really not good to have it sitting this high. He just looks like a monster truck now. Look at that. Probably will normally run a little bit smaller tire on this. The Trail Warriors aren't bad. They are probably around the biggest tire I prefer to run on this. This thing is really lifting right there though. All right, so I want to see how we do on this natural rock here. So none of my tires have really slow crawled past this lip here. At the bottom, you have to bump past that lip, and then they usually grab and go. And these are the same. They're not gonna pull past that. Now, a longer truck, the longer wheelbase trucks will almost catch right here enough to pull themselves. So I'll be interested in trying these tires on like the FCX24 that's really stretched out, which we will do. Oh, I keep letting off. I forgot I don't have my drag brake. I need to reprogram my Lizard in this. I was drag racing and I turned that off. You can see I'm rolling back. They did pretty good there. I really want to go vent these, to be honest. We'll run a little bit of this on the FCX just to see how they do, and then we're going to vent these. Okay, so I'm gonna slap the pins on this truck, I think, just because I could see me using them on this. So we're gonna run these Power Hobby Trail Warriors, a couple climbs here just to see how they do. Then we'll put the pins on this truck. Don't think this is gonna get this climb in low. There's just not much grip on this plaster cloth. So you usually have to hit high gear here and just bounce up that. So you can see with that $6 motor in there, this thing is an absolute monster for wheel speed. All right, we know we can go down this. Let's try to go up it. Again, this plaster cloth, not much grip to it. So none of these tires will slow crawl it. I know these won't, but I'm gonna show you. So you always have to launch this. Not gonna do it in low, I don't believe. It just gets so close. Sometimes if you can bounce off that right side and get the right line without falling off, you can make it. All right, so we're just gonna hit high, get lined up. That's why this FCX is so good. This is a $6 motor upgrade, and this thing will rip up any hill. All right, I wanna check out this natural rock here. I had a few people ask what my favorite tire was on just strictly kind of natural rock. And it really kind of varies. Honestly, My Scramblers do really good on this, and these tires here do really good on this. But you know, you're not normally going to run into this type of rock without a lot of loose stuff as well out in the, you know, in the field. So probably these tires. You've seen how it went up that. Most trucks you kind of have to gun to get past this really hard, and they still want to spin here. This one hooked up pretty well, I think you could see there. So these Trail Warriors are really good on this stuff, and they do well on most surfaces. For me, they're probably the best all around. But now those new Swamp Kings, I can't wait to get more time with those because they did really well here as well. Probably not quite as good on this as the Trail Warriors, but I would assume they would do a little better in the loose stuff. So we'll have to see with those. Maybe we will do, like I mentioned, the big tire showdown to kind of show all of these. You just got to get that back tire over this, and then you're up that. But all right, so let's throw these new Injoras on here and see how it does with these same few climbs. All right, now we got the Injora new pin tires on. See how we do here. Can they slow crawl this? Kind of doubt it. Question is, can they make it in low? I had to switch to high earlier. They almost made it. Nice save. Come on, man, you got this. Just can't quite do it. So let's go to high. It's almost too easy in high. All right, let's try this climb back to low. Probably not gonna do it after seeing that hill, but we gotta try it. They're so close. Oh. Hey, we did make it. That's how I was saying sometimes you can catch right in here with your right and it'll get that hook just enough to pull you over. So we did make it with these. You may want to Loctite those screws on these wheels. Apparently, I normally don't Loctite any of my 24 scale screws, but that one is about to come out. So we're gonna tighten that up real quick and get back to it. All right, so we got that taken care of. This little truck with this $6 motor is pretty dang good. I mean, you can see pretty good slow crawl here when you want it. Maybe not the best, but for a stock ESC and a $6 motor, honestly, I have like $3 in mine because I bought several and saved on shipping. So I have a video on that if you haven't seen it. I'll have 1,000 people asking me, what motor are you talking about? Really curious to see what they do here. That did pretty dang good. Really good there as well. We're gonna try these out on this natural rock on this truck, and then we're gonna go talk about these a little bit. Wow, these almost, they've made it over that lip at the bottom. They can just almost slow crawl that. Look at that. Are they gonna make it? Oh, wow, that was pretty dang good. Wow, okay. So let's talk about this a little bit. All right, so I went ahead and vented these. I'm gonna run the same kind of climbs while I talk about these tires a little bit. So honestly, nothing proves more that a tire's performance will vary based on the truck, the weight, the length, just the overall setup. You know, I try to be as honest as I can about all of these products, but you know, the tires are especially hard to recommend because everybody's truck's different. Every tire reacts different for each truck. So look, we finally made that in low. That's I haven't been able to do that with any of my other tires, I don't believe. So that's pretty good. But what I was saying is you can take this tire and put it on a different truck, just like the other FCX24 build with the FCX24 axles, the cheat code chassis truck that I was running. It didn't perform as well with these tires. This truck is killing it with these tires. So it's really hard to recommend one tire. Everybody wants to know what's the best all-around tire. Honestly, there is no perfect answer for that. It varies from truck to truck, from terrain to terrain. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of factors there. I feel like these are doing really good now that they're vented. I mean, you guys are seeing it here. So that's unreal. That's really good. Didn't have to hit high gear to make that, and didn't have to try it that much. But what I was saying is all of these tires are gonna vary. These are really good. The Swamp Kings are really good. The Trail Warriors are really good. Scramblers are really good. Those are all in the larger tire size, and they're all really good. It just kind of depends on what you're running, what truck they're going on. Lots of different things. The tires are not super expensive, so honestly, the best thing to do is just try them. You know, the good thing is, you know, 4 to 5 tires that you can count on, and you can kind of go by looks. Maybe you don't want this pin style look, so you can cut those out. You know, if you don't want pins, you know you don't want these tires. You know, so it's really good that we have all these good tire options. So many good tires in a great compound now. It's really just hard to say what is the best for any one person or one truck. I feel like for my course here, these are going to be excellent. And on normal, like dry rock, I think they're going to be really good as well. We're going to try this climb with them vented here. But like I said, it's hard for me to just say what is the best tire. There are several that are the best tire. Just comes down to what you're doing. Man, that, we almost just made that with just a slight bump. Come on. So close to not even having to really bump it. If we bump it, right up it. These are probably the best performing tire on this rock right here. Just flat out that I've had. So I kind of have an idea of how I'm gonna hopefully get a little more time with some of these products, and just a little, hopefully a little more feedback on them. So hopefully gonna have something in the works soon, and maybe that will help me have a better overall opinion on some things. You know, my time is limited on what I can do with 5,000 sets of tires, you know? So we're gonna see what we can do about that. But these tires, man, on this course, these may be my new go-to. Let's do this one more time just because this was very interesting. I haven't had any tire go up that easy. Look at that. I mean, if you guys watched my Swamp King video, they did not do that easily. And this is just, I'm just doing it over and over to just kind of show you guys. I mean, I'm trying to hit it as lightly as possible because all my other ones I'm just having to launch up it like that. I think you can tell with this throttle, just give it a little bit and we're up it. That's insane. All right, so I know this video is dragging on and on. So these tires are really good. I feel like they're not gonna be for everybody based on looks alone, but really good for those who don't mind a pin tire. And, you know, I see me getting a lot of use out of these on the course. So you guys are kind of seeing these videos in the order I normally do them, which is absolutely no order at all. Everything's out of place. But you've probably already seen the weights video posted earlier. If not, go check it out. Gonna get these all mounted up and go have some fun with them. I appreciate everybody. Keep on keeping on. Peace.